Hey friends, I'm back. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been really busy with Minnesota and the holidays and so much stuff going on. I'm on the treadmill right now, which is why it's shaky and I'm a little out of breath because, you know, it's like post-Thanksgiving and I don't know about you, but I don't hold back on Thanksgiving and I gained 4 racist pounds. That's right, because that's, you know, that's what white nationalists do. They gain racist pounds with their white privilege. Are you just sick of that already? Everything is white privilege and racism and equity and this phobia and that phobia. It's crazy, especially here in Minnesota. So I'm just gonna pop in for a few minutes, give you a quick update. There's so many videos I wanna make because there's so much going on. But just real quickly, Keith Ellison is on a hate crime tour. A hate crime tour of Minnesota. He's been having listening sessions about hate crime, which is basically hate speech, right? Where the white people, the white nationalists, are in the crosshairs of some kind of, oh, I don't know, law, legislation. Somebody's going to get charged next year with this made-up phony baloney trying to take our constitutional rights to free speech away from us, which is really what's happening. And obviously implementing the Islamic blasphemy law at the same time. So you might remember that last September, a few months ago, I went up to St. Cloud to the library when CARE was on a panel with the FBI, somebody from the ACLU, Human Rights Commission, and somebody from the transgender community. And they were having a program on hate crime. Who are they to tell us what a hate crime or hate speech is? CARE is Hamas, an Islamic terrorist organization, lecturing to us about hate crime? So, of course, I organized a group of people to go up there to protest it. Why is Hamas on a panel? And why is the FBI working with CARE when they disavowed working with them following the Holy Land Foundation trial? It's just not right. So what did they do? They shut themselves down. And then they claimed victimhood. Oh no, haters are coming up to St. Cloud. We must shut down due to security concerns. That's what they said. There was no threat. It's verified by the St. Cloud police in the paper. No, they had to claim victimhood and then identify us as haters, white nationalists, what have you, because we're just telling the truth that they don't want to hear. And it's part of Keith Ellison's agenda to shut us down. So that was impactful, and the ripple effect will be very impactful, and not in a good way. Because I don't know if the citizens of Minnesota have the balls to fight back, literally. I don't know. So I'm going to do a video on that. I mean, I could really go on and on about that. It's going to be bad next year. Keith Ellison is doing another hate crime program in January. And it's hate crime and legislation. Does that send chills up and down your spine? Because it should. What is he legislating? Who are they targeting? And who will be the first person in Minnesota charged with their fake crimes, whatever they're going to call it? Who will that be? I have an idea. We'll see. So another video I want to make is about the Department of Human Services. You might remember that we protested against the Somali daycare fraud. Millions of dollars literally stolen from the Minnesota taxpayers by these fake daycare centers, Somali run, and the money stuffed into suitcases and shipped off to Somalia. And where do you think the money goes? I don't think the money goes to build roads and sewer systems. It goes to fund terrorism, to Al-Shabaab. But the Democrats are all in for it because they love the Somalis here. They're really big on the Somalis. Somalis are like the big cause célèbre in Minnesota. They can do no wrong. The protected class by the Marxists. Playing out just like, you know, they said they would in their civilization jihad. So Representative Mary Franson, Republican representative, did a FISA request, data request from the Department of Human Services. And she went through the emails about this fraud. And I haven't seen the emails, but I've seen her Twitter feed. And she's uncovered very interesting information about how they were going to give the Somali Daycare Center Association a heads up that there might be an investigation. Really? Why would you do that? Well, we know why. And then there was something in there about a political agenda. I bet there was. So now they are not only the Department of Human Services here is a shambles. It's worse than a shambles. It's like the mafia. And that's another story I won't go into. So anyway, nobody gets caught. Nobody goes to jail. There's no repercussions from the daycare fraud. And the Minnesota taxpayers get to just bend over and take it again. And they just want us to go to work, pay our taxes, and look the other way. So what else is going on? Okay, hijabs. Let's talk about hijabs for a bit. You know, I subscribe to the local newspaper, the Star Tribune, Star and Sickle. They feature regularly Somalis, front page, front and center, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week, kind of depending on what's going on. Or if there's not in their news, they will definitely be on the second page of the Metro section, generally. So there was a photo, a Somali woman, she's bending over a table, picking up a hijab. Where was the picture taken? Well, the picture was taken, are you sitting down, at the Swedish American Institute, because they were hosting a So Hijab, Not Hate Day, where the women would get together, and sew hijabs. The Somalis, the Muslims, and the Christians would all sew hijabs together, and they wouldn't hate each other. Sewing together a symbol of oppression for women. Isn't that a jolly time? I wonder if they serve lutefisk and little tea crackers. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. Okay, in our Park Nicollet, which is a big healthcare system, they are now selling hijabs in the gift shop, made by a Somali employee who saw that the Muslim women, she said, were covering their heads with the bed sheets. Well, why would you do that? You have a hijab. So she decided she would sew hijabs for them and sell them in the gift shop, and they had a huge celebration in the lobby of the hospital. And the administrators were there, and the press was there, and it was like this big celebration. Look, we are selling a symbol of women's oppression right in our healthcare system. Isn't diversity grand? So what else is going on? I have a whole stack of newspapers full of articles where I'm like, oh, I'll do a video about this, or boy, people need to know about that. Maybe I'm just going to get them out and just go through them like, this is this, this is that. So I went down to, this is okay. During Rosh Hashanah, I heard that the local Jewish newspaper had a half-page ad from Ilhan Omar wishing the Jews a Shana Tova. I know, you can't make that up. So I went down to the office. I'm like pissed off. Are you kidding me? In a Jewish newspaper, there's Ilhan Omar wishing the Jews a Happy New Year? That's crazy. So I went down to the office of the Jewish newspaper, and I walked in, and I asked a few questions, and I picked up a newspaper, thumbed through it, and then saw this picture oh my God, what is Ilhan Omar doing in this publication, this Jewish publication? And the publisher is like, well, she's a congresswoman. I'm like, I know she's a congresswoman, but she hates Jews. Why would you take her ad and put it in a Jewish newspaper? She's a Jew hater. Well, we run a business here, and actually a lot of Jewish people like Ilhan Omar, he says. I'm like, thinking to myself, I know, that's the problem. So we went back and forth, and I challenged him on, why would you take money from a Jew hater? And he just held his ground, like, oh, it's not a big deal. Actually, you know, and then he asked me if I was an Islamophobe at one point. And the ad said, are you a Trump supporter? I'm like, that has anything to do with it. Why is Ilhan Omar in the Jewish newspaper? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Jews here, a lot of them like her. It's crazy, wackadoodle. I don't know, you guys, you should, come here. It's just a weird, weird place. I feel like I'm living in some twilight zone. You know, when I go to other states, they don't have this going on. I'm like, wow, I feel really normal. This is great. But you know, there's so much happening here in Minnesota. We need somebody to come and make a documentary. So if anybody is out there that has a contact, a good documentary maker with resources, this would be a prime place for it. Contact me, and I will partner with you and get this made, because this is a story that must be told. The red-green axis literally has permeated every single institution here. Every single institution. Whew. I don't know. So, on that happy note, plus I've got just a few minutes left. Have a great rest of the week. Today is hump day. I'll make some more videos. And God bless you. Hey, God bless America. Bye-bye.